Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. Today I'm taking a look at the Deformation Robot Mode Changeable, aka Upscaled Lockdown. This is in essence the deluxe class Lockdown, upscaled to the same sort of size as the Flip and Change, with the added extras. We've also got the alternate head in here which can pop on and off, and we have a firing missile. Straight off the bat, it's a big, robust, sexy looking toy, but it's not invincible. I already broke one of the wing mirrors. I was gutted. I dropped it and it broke. Basically, all of this section here is diecast, and it's got diecast around the underside and the roof here as well. And there's a lot of weight to that diecast, and it hit the floor and it basically exploded. I mean, I'm lucky to guess that that's kind of the only bit that broke. But yes, so unfortunately he's missing a windshield. Levels of detailing on this are pretty good. You've still got a fairly nice logo on the bonnet there. Paint applications are pretty smooth. You've got a high gloss finish. I love the blue windows on here. That's a lovely tint. And all in all, it's a really nice looking vehicle mode, isn't it? Really nice. They could have painted up the rims. I suppose he does have black rims in the film, doesn't he? I can't remember. Of course, we do have this mighty big cannon on the back there. Let's get rid of that and let's just admire the car mode. Really, really nice. Paint apps on the roof are a bit touch and go, aren't they? They're a bit, I mean, it's very, very smooth, but it's almost got that kind of, I don't know, kind of crystalled look to it. It's I don't know if it's taken properly, or I mean, it feels very, very smooth and very, very high finish, but it's just something almost marble-esque on that paint on the top there. Really, really gorgeous car. Really, really nice. Let's just see how big this is scale-wise. Here he is with the Leader Prime. I think that's actually a really, really good scale. I think that works incredibly well. I mean, that's not bad at all, is it? Really, really nice. That is a really good looking Decepticon. Now, I don't have a huge amount of movie bots left out because I'm packing everything away for the move. But here he is with the Masterpiece smokescreen, just to give you guys an idea of how he looks with other vehicles. Again, I think that kind of works. And here he is with Carly. Again, that's a pretty good scale. Now, I've had a few people ask on Weibo and Facebook how this guy feels to hand. The plastic quality is okay. It's not the cheapest. It's not like the sort of thing you'll get from your Poundlands or your dollar stores. It's better than that. And with the die-cast involvement there as well, it does actually feel really quite nice. It kind of feels very much like the deluxe figure, just kind of upscaled. Now, transformation for Lockdown is pretty straightforward, but if you don't own the original, let's talk you through it. First of all, you want to start off by untabbing these back sections here. Let's pull that out and pull that out. And just work this section down and work this section down like so. If you look at the underside of the car, you'll notice it's tabbed in just either side here. Just untab and untab. Fold these sections out, and that now allows us to lift up this whole panel like so and bring the legs down. Bring these legs out, and you can just pull those apart. They're just tabbed in together. And as you bring this bottom section down, it moves these hip sections on the front here, and that's going to free up the sections. Let's move those out to one side. We can now see Lockdown's head under there. You've got this circle peg in here, kind of a mushroom peg. You want to just pull this section forward and rotate this section around. This back section lifts up and folds up over onto itself. And then we can bring this hinge down, and it's hinged just here and again just there. And basically, as you bring this hinge down, there's a peg just here. And that peg is going to square up like so, and that's going to tab into that section in the back there. These two metal tabs here just slide in behind this check section, which fills in the gap here. We can now bring the arm down and that arm down. We can then untab this section here, and we can rotate this around, revealing the hand. So untap this arm, rotate it around, revealing the hand, and then we can just rotate the head around, and there we go. It's entirely up to yourself how you'd like to have the arms displayed. There's a rocker hinge on the inside of the shoulders there. You can either have the shoulders down like so, or you can have them raised up like kind of hunched, which is how I prefer to have it. I like to have his shoulders hunched up, but I think the official transformation has these shoulders located fully down and sunken like so. And there we have him in all his glory. He does look nice, doesn't he? Considering it's a cheap knockoff, I think the actual paint applications are pretty darn good. That's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. The legs themselves, I was slightly concerned with. They are a hollow moulded plastic. Again, it's very, very robust. It's not going to break. I could throw it around. But because we've got so much die cast around the waist and the back section here, I was worried they're actually going to be too heavy to support for the legs to support. But that's not the case. We do have some visible screws on the arms there, which I'm not a great fan of. The face sculpt itself is actually remarkably good. Very, very reminiscent of what we got with the movie. You know, I think they've done a pretty good job. Let's just bring in his cannon. The cannon itself is a bit touch and go as to whether it can actually stay in his hand. I think a lot of people had the similar sort of problem with the actual deluxe version. It does stay in. I mean, it's not amazing. It's quite hefty for the arms. It does put a bit of pressure on that ball jointed socket up the top there. It's just... it's very, very oversized, and I don't think it looks brilliant being held as an actual gun. The main aim of this gun is to locate it in the peg section on top there. So get into the groove. Yeah, you've got to prove your love for me. There we go. That's now located, and he's got his famous gun turret head. Yeah, you can still see the bot mode underneath there, but I think that's a pretty good representation of when he kind of comes up and he takes that big, huge, powerful shot. And I think that's a pretty good gun head, isn't it? That's not bad at all. The rocket does push into the gun still with a fair bit of force. You have to really give that a good push. Let's just see if it still cocks. Was that really worth all that effort? And of course we do get the alternative head for lockdown. It's a matter of removing the screw from the back there and just fitting it onto this torso. I don't actually have a small screwdriver to hand, so I'll do that when I do the photo shoot. I'll photograph with the new head on, but it is literally just a case of removing the screw and removing the screw from the back of this one. Although this one does have fake light piping, I think. I don't know if the eyes are actually painted there. Can't really get the light into the head there, but obviously there is no light piping at all on this head. But the feature for the gun mount does still work. That does still plug in like so. Now, how does he scale with Optimus Prime in his robot mode? I don't think that's that bad at all, really. That's kind of a fairly good height. Most of the bots and Decepticons kind of come up to Prime's pectoral area. I think Lockdown could probably be a tad taller, but then again, he did scale remarkably well in his vehicle mode, so it's really a tough call. Overall, though, I'm very, very impressed with it. It's great value for money. I can't guarantee that the paint used on these Chinese knockoffs isn't mainly lead and could well kill me in like 30 or 40 years' time. But hey, it's a cheap toy and it does look great on display. If you found the video useful, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. And to click through to buy this figure, pay Sir Toys a visit by clicking the link in the description below, and I'll take you straight through to Lockdown. Until next time, guys, from myself and the Deformation Robot Mode Changeable, thanks for watching. Goodbye.